to this special edition of Hannity. The search for Nancy Guthrie continues, and now authorities are saying she might have been abducted by more than one person. And as calls continue to flood in, 911 operators are now making a plea to the public to stop calling with their thoughts and opinions. Meanwhile, Mexican officials are now saying that they are not searching for Nancy Guthrie. Here with the latest, our very own Jonathan Hunt. Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, Charlie. Yeah, and we reported that news several days ago that there was no indications from the sheriff that there was any connection with Mexico. No indications, as we reported several days ago, that she had been taken across the border. And meantime, I talked to the sheriff again tonight as he left here, the Pima County Sheriff's Department. Clearly, no big breakthroughs. That's frankly the bad news tonight. It's a struggle for the hundreds of sheriff's deputies working on this, the hundreds of FBI agents. Obviously, the hope is that they, the FBI and the Sheriff's Department, perhaps know more than they are telling us publicly. That's certainly what the sheriff hinted to me the last time we sat down together. Listen here. Was there anything taken from the home other than Nancy Guthrie?
I cannot say that.
Was there sign of a struggle in the home?
I can't comment to what happened in that home or didn't happen.
Even President Trump is sounding a lot less optimistic about this investigation. Compare what he said 2 weeks ago aboard Air Force One to what he said just last night. Listen here.
It's a very sad situation.
I'm not talking about a search, I'm talking about a solution. We have some things I think that will maybe come out reasonably soon from DOJ or FBI or whoever that could be suspect. Yeah, could be definitive.
So 2 weeks ago, it was potentially a definitive solution coming. Last night, it was just a very sad situation. And Charlie, worth pointing out that in almost exactly 24 hours, it will be almost exactly 3 weeks since anyone other than the presumed kidnapper or kidnappers has seen Nancy Guthrie. Charlie?
Thank you for that great report and for all your great reporting over the past 3 weeks. Here now with more, host of Crime Stories with Nancy Grace on Fox 1, Nancy Grace. So great to see you this evening, Nancy. So where do you think we are in realistic terms with this investigation?
I think the investigation is plowing forward, and I thank God in heaven that the feds have finally been invited in and are using their vast resources to help find Nancy Guthrie. It confounds me how an 84-year-old woman can be dragged out of her home and we can't catch the guy. A lot is being made tonight of the theory of an accomplice. And I believe that there is an accomplice. If you look carefully, Charlie, at the porch guy, as I call him on the video, in one moment, he is wearing a backpack. In another moment, he's not wearing the backpack. Who gave him the backpack? Or is that actually another person and they have outfitted themselves together?
Wow,
it could be either. If you look carefully, you see that. Also, I've looked at it frame by frame by frame, right. And when he first approaches, you see a floodlight shining down. Then later, that's gone. Is that how the floodlight was destroyed? But also, just practically speaking, to get Nancy Guthrie out of that home, a woman that does not have very good mobility at all, and we see very, let me just say, drops, let me put it simply, drops of blood, apparently from a nosebleed, low velocity blood drops, just as she comes out, trying to get her out. I think they needed 2 people. Also, was there a car waiting? And we see the focus on vehicles in the area. The good news is, if there is an accomplice, 2 people are easier to find than 1 person. And you know, Charlie, in every case I have ever investigated or prosecuted, which so many, I cannot count them. Once you involve more than 1 person, the plan will fall apart. It can be a mother, a sister, a girlfriend, a wife, a neighbor. Somebody will notice something, the more people that are involved. But another thing, Charlie, Nanos, let me put it delicately, needs to shut his pie hole. Now, we heard Trump very ill about Nanos leaking the signal sniffer use. That's very high blue flag technology, high technology. And I agree. What that does, if it had worked, it would have shown where her pacemaker was. See what I mean?
No,
and so
I don't see what
if
you
she
mean.
was in the area, which is another thing Nanos blurted out, he thinks she's being held close to home. What would you do? If you were the kidnapper, you would move her to another location that's more
She's
difficult
dead.
for law enforcement to find. So yes, Nanos blurts everything out, and believe you me, the kidnappers are listening.
Indeed.
Let's talk.
Nancy Grace, as always, thank you so much.